What up you guys, my name is Allyn, they call me Lean, and welcome to my channel. So for today's video I am here with another first foundation thoughts. However, this will have a little twist because today I'm actually reviewing two other new products from one of my favorite brands, Colourpop Cosmetics. So today I will be reviewing for this first foundation thoughts video the brand new no filter foundation. I got the shade medium dark 115 and also the shade medium dark 120. So if you guys want to see the shade I use and see how it works out for me, of course keep on watching this video. Also for today I will also be reviewing their brand new no filter setting powder in the shade Banana, which I'm very excited about because I am actually running out of my Beauty Bakery flour powder. And I will be reviewing their brand new no filter sheer press powder in the shade medium dark, which looks like this. And I'm so excited to share with you guys like my thoughts of these brand new products. So my card got full, but anyways, I am very excited to share with you guys these brand new products from Colourpop Cosmetics. You guys already know how I feel about Colourpop. So yeah, if you guys want to see my first foundation thoughts review on the brand new no filter foundation and also the no filter sheer press powder and the no filter setting powder, then I guess we could dive right into the video. So you guys already know I prepped my face and started on my brows, and now I'm here to review the brand new Colourpop No Filter Foundation, and I have them right over here. I got two different shades. I got the shade medium dark 115 and medium dark 120, and also since they did release a few more new items, I decided to also try out in this video today the new no filter setting powder in the shade Banana, which I will be using to bake under my eyes. And I also have here the no filter sheer press powder in the shade medium dark to set my face. So to start it off, I'm gonna talk about the foundation. And obviously I have here the Colourpop no filter foundation, and I mentioned to you that I got two different shades. I honestly wasn't sure what shade I was, even though I thought they were nice enough to actually have like a chart with a shade reference of kind of like a shade that would be similar to like a foundation that you use on the regular. I know that I believe 115 was supposed to be close to shade 300 in the Fenty Beauty foundation, which actually is my perfect shade. However, since I did get a little tan, I decided to get one more shade, which is the medium dark 120 to try out, and which I will be swatching in my neck so you guys could see if like there's a big huge difference or if it's not similar at all. And also, I actually have my laptop here because I kind of wanted to talk to you guys really quick about the no filter foundation. So the no filter foundation was actually $12, which I think is a pretty good deal. Usually, as I mentioned to you before, like Colourpop Cosmetics, like their price ranges are pretty good. They're similar to the drugstore prices, and in fact even a little lower. And the fact that this is $12 is actually pretty cheap, considering that one, it is only like available to be purchased online, and also there are, I believe, about 40 different shades, which I think is insane. And you know, for me, like, one, you guys already know Colourpop Cosmetics is like one of my favorite makeup brands, and I love that they have grown so much in a short period of time. And I really love the fact that they really take in a lot of feedback from other people and other brands, so if they do release like a particular product, they can kind of get all that feedback and kind of incorporate it into their own products. And I love the fact that they have 40 shades, because you know, there are a lot of brands that I know that have been, you know, out there, whether it's drugstore or high-end, and have been out for like years, probably like 10-20 years, and they don't even have anything close to the shade range they have. And I love the fact that if you look on the website, it's categorized by matching by brand, which is pretty much like color matching based on the brand that you already use, or finding your shade. So it kind of does a little like survey to kind of detect what your actual shade is. Also, they have like a skin tone kind of like section where you can pick if you're fair, light, medium, medium dark, dark, deep dark, and the undertone, which I think is very important important. A lot of times I feel like companies kind of forget that, you know, everyone has a different undertone. I myself am a yellow undertone, but I know people that are pink, yellow, purple, green, and I love the fact that they also have this option and even like a question mark if you want to kind of figure out what your undertone is, because a lot of people don't know that. And also on the website it's kind of categorized like by sections of the shades, which I think is amazing. And I am very, very excited to try this out. On the website here, it does say that it's supposed to be a full coverage natural matte foundation which delivers flawlessly looking skin day to night. It's oil free, lightweight formula, blends smoothly and easily customizable to create the coverage you want. You can build it up or shear it out, and of course, like, the most important thing here is it's 100% cruelty free and it is vegan. And now I have here obviously the foundation shades, which I'm going to open up. I'm first going to open up the medium dark 115, and which, by the way, this has 0.85 fluid ounces, so it's not exactly the 1 fluid ounce that we're all used to, which I kind of realized that's a little it's not that much, but I mean, at the same time, I still feel like the price is reasonable because, like I said, a lot of drugstore foundations have gone up in price, and I mean, $12 is still pretty good. But yeah, so here is where like the foundation comes in. It comes in this box. I like the fact that it kind of has this like kind of like light like super light pink that's almost so close to white color, and then it has like some white stripes on the side. It's kind of like a texture of like matte and I would say like not patent, like I guess patent feeling. And then this is the bottle here. I like the fact that it comes in, well, not necessarily, but I like the fact that it comes with a pump, but it has a glass container, and you guys already know how I feel. Like, I mean, it looks pretty good. It's sophisticated. It looks pretty sleek, and I love how simple the packaging is, from the box to the actual packaging of the bottle of the foundation. However, I mean, if you're a person that travels a lot, or if you're a makeup artist, you should be very, very careful because this is glass. And also, I will say that even though, as I notice here now, this kind of has like a locking like pump, so like you can like close it so it doesn't accidentally squirt. I do wish it kind of had a cap, because sometimes like the cap can help if it accidentally, I don't know, has pressure or something. But yeah, this is the shade 115 medium dark. And then this is the shade medium dark 120, which looks like this. And side by side, they actually don't look any different. But really quick, I'm going to swatch with you guys right over here. And if I could even pump any, I'm so like... So this is the 115. And I feel like I might actually be 115, but then again, it looks super light on my hand. I am worried about this oxidizing. Hopefully this doesn't oxidize. And then this is 120 right here, and I pump so much. So as you can see, this is 115 and this is 120. I think I'm actually going to try 120 because I am more tanner. But as you can see, the shade range is not that far off. I mean, you could definitely tell this is a little lighter than this one, but I feel like I can work with both of these. So yeah, I'm gonna try out 120 right now, and really quick, I'm gonna clean this up, get my palette, and then show you guys how I apply it. So what I noticed as I was swatching it on my hand, this foundation is definitely liquidy, but it doesn't have like a scent to it, which I think is a good thing, because I always talk about how like it's always great if something doesn't have a scent because people can be sensitive. But yeah, that was one pop, and this is definitely liquidy. But what I'm gonna do is apply little dots, and then I'm gonna use a kind of like beauty sponge. This one is from e.l.f. and then just blend it on my face. By the way, this is one pump, and oh my god, did you just see that? Like, I literally, I don't even like, you know, blend or pounce on my face that hard, and look at that coverage. It covered my mole. But I mean, from my end, I can still see my mole, but on camera it's just like whoosh, like it's like I Facetune my face or something. And I don't even use Facetune. I don't really edit my photos like that. But this, yeah, this color is like, it might be actually a little light, I don't know, but I'm gonna work with it today. But this foundation definitely blends really well. Like, as you can see, it just like easily blends through my skin, and I like the fact that it kind of like seeps in my skin in a sense. Like, it doesn't, like, as you can see right now, it just like doesn't look like I caked it on. And by the way, this is a second pump, and it's so light. Like, this is like really liquidy, but yet look at this coverage. This is already, I feel like, a medium coverage, and it doesn't feel heavy. It's not too thick, and it just blends so well. Like, look at how this blends on my face. Like, it's just so, like, I don't know. I'm not trying to over exaggerate, but I like for the first time I can actually say, for something to be so liquidy, I'm not even like tripping out, because it covers. Like, usually when I come across like a very liquidy, like this is pretty liquidy, I feel like, oh my god, like I have to apply like probably 6 layers of foundation. But like, this is so light, and like, I don't know, this is really good. This is really good. Which, by the way, FYI, this is probably like, I don't know, my 3rd pump, maybe, because like I feel like the sponge it's being in, I don't know. But look at this coverage. It's just, it's really nice, and I am really liking this so far. So you guys, this is my face so far. This is before I bake it and anything, and this is like 2.5 layers, and I so far like it. I definitely say this definitely looks very skin-like. So I do see my eczema, like the texture of my eczema here, and some of the bumps I have here on my face. But you guys already know in every video, like, what's new, I always have texture on my face. But so far I do like how lightweight it feels, and it doesn't have a scent. But I definitely would say that this is a nice foundation if you don't have textured skin. Like, I like it, but I mean, I also feel like now as I'm looking into it, like, I don't know, it looks really nice on camera, but in person, like, I definitely see the dry kind of like wrinkliness on my face and stuff. But really quick, what I'm gonna do is apply some concealer, and then I'm gonna show you guys the loose no filter setting powder. So you guys, off camera I actually started a little bit of my contour and baked under my contour with a different powder. Actually, I actually use this Maybelline New York Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder to contour underneath my contour, because if I use something a bit lighter, like, it kind of makes my, you know, under here a little too light. And so I personally like to use a lighter powder, like up here, to brighten around my eyes. But anyways, moving forward, this is the Colourpop No Filter Setting Powder, which I will be trying out today. This is the box it comes in, and it's a similar packaging to the foundation. Also, it comes with 3 different shades. I actually have the website here with me Again, it's a no filter loose setting powder. It's supposed to be smooth, weightless loose powder which sets makeup for all day wear without creasing, caking, or flashback. And this is actually $9 for this little thing. And the other shades that they have is shade translucent, and there is a shade translucent deep. And I like the fact that, you know, when they came out with this kind of like a loose setting powder, they didn't just come out with one. But I'm sure that, like, even though there's only 3 shades at the moment, I'm sure they're going to extend it eventually. Based on what I'm looking here, it seems to be like these are more for people with more of a yellow undertone, so I also feel like maybe they might be extending the ranges for this, and also kind of see like if this works out, because you know sometimes companies don't release too much because they kind of want to see the feedback. But anyways, this is the packaging of this thing. It's like a typical like loose powder. Usually packaging comes like kind of like in a circle shape, and if you open it over here, I kind of have like this seal here for the powder, which is another thing. Usually like loose powders come with this kind of like seal for you to open. And now I'm gonna shake it up to kind of get some powder. And I'm actually, oh my god, I think I shook up too much. Look at all that product right there. Like, let me hold up a second, let me try to put some back in that thing, because I think that's just too much. Oh my god, this is too much. But anyways, what I'm gonna do is probably like just like, ooh, and this is so powdery, so I'm gonna go turn it over. And that's kind of my trick, what I do, so I don't use up so much powder. And really quick, let me get a mirror and my beauty sponge to apply the powder. So what I'm gonna do is just get kind of like whatever is on the excess on the outside, because I don't like wasting my product. This looks really, really yellow though. Really, like, I don't know if you can see, but it looks, I don't want to spill it, but it's like super, super yellow. And I'm gonna just tap some off in the top of the lid. And as you can see, look at that, it just like brightened my eye. Hopefully this doesn't give me flashback, but it claims that it doesn't. So yeah, usually for me, when I do my everyday makeup, I have to bake, because I got some oily skin and I do want my makeup to last. So I usually like to set with with the setting powder anyways, and I look like a ghost. But so far, yeah, this is me baking it. But in the meantime, I'm gonna probably have it on my face for a couple minutes. I don't do 20 minutes. I used to put like the baking powder on my face for a very, very long time, but now I'm kind of like, I don't really need to do that, because I've noticed there's not really much of a difference from my face. But yeah, I'm looking like a creep. Like, oh my god, look at it. It kind of looks like the foundation doesn't go with my face, but I'm gonna try to work it out. I'm gonna try to work it out today, you guys. You guys know I always try to work it out. But in the meantime, yeah, I'm going to let this bake on my face, and then you guys are gonna watch me apply it off. So it's been a couple of minutes, so now what I'm gonna do is brush off the excess from the bottom contour, and then I'm gonna brush off whatever is on here. Okay, it looks cool. Like, it's brightened up so much, but not to where like I look like, ooh girl, like that is not matching. But I loved how it brushed off so nicely, and this really looks nice. Like, I'm definitely liking this powder. And I forgot to mention too, in terms of the powder, I know people always talk about kind of like the texture of the powder, and I can honestly say the powder feels very, very soft. I have heard that some people say this reminds of the Laura Mercier, but but this actually kind of reminds me of the Beauty Bakery flour powder, which I actually use and I actually love. That's like my new go-to, and it's not as grainy. Even though I like the Ben Nye, like I feel like that's more grainier, and this has like a more softer like consistency, so the powder kind of sinks in and really sets under my eyes, and as you can see right here. But in the meantime, what I'm going to do is actually finish the rest of my face off camera and then show you guys the final look, and then talk about this little Colourpop No Filter Sheer Pressed Powder. So you guys, I applied my bronzer, my blush, and my highlighter and added my black cat eye. And now I'm going to be using this No Filter Sheer Press Powder to kind of like tone everything down and set my face as well. I have the shade here, medium dark, and this is the box of the packaging, and this is what the packaging of the powder looks like. As you can see, it says Colourpop No Filter Sheer Press Powder in silver, and I love the fact that in the back here it says that it's the shade medium dark. And I know I made a comment like probably like a year ago, I think, when I first purchased the bronzer and blush, and how I did wish that they kind of had some kind of labeling to kind of like determine what it was and what shade it was, because you know they kind of keep all their packaging kind of like all similar, so it is great that they finally have labels. And also with here, there's a label here, which I think is awesome. But now I'm gonna open this, and this is what the packaging looks like. It has a mirror and it has the pressed powder here. I love the fact how it's very, very sleek. However, I will say probably from my end, I did kind of wish that maybe, I don't know, in the future, maybe they're just trying this out, that they would have kind of like maybe an extension to the packaging to kind of have maybe a little like kind of like sponge, because for me personally, I use it to blot. I know some people use a brush, but I mean, if I want to take this on the go, sometimes having a brush is a little bulky. But on another note, I'm going to use this to set my face, and I'm going to use this kind of like powder to like kind of like tone everything down, set everything. And I can definitely say this is like kind of like a light powder, but also, as you can see, like it's just covering, but it blends really well. I think I might have to add a little tone, but I think what I'm going to add is add a little more highlighter because I am so extra. But this is definitely really nice. I like it. I will say this might be like a light to medium coverage. I don't want to say that this is full coverage, but let me see. Let me swatch it. This is it on my hand right here, as you can see, and it blends pretty well. I mean, it's a tad bit light because, like I said, I did get a little tan, but it does have a light coverage. But let me see real quick. Let me get my tattoo. And as you can see, it's like a light coverage, but I feel like you could build it, like look at that. You could kind of build it up in a way. So, yeah, you kind of build it up. I mean, it's not completely covered, but it's covering. But yeah, this is the final look, and now what I'm going to do is apply my lipstick and finalize my look. So you guys, this is the final look. I actually added my lippy, and I am using the Ultra Blotted Lip in the shade Zuma, and this is like my favorite lip color. I love how natural it looks, but it also gives me that color, and I love the fact that it doesn't look like I have like too much lipstick going on. But I will say that I like this because my the pigmentation of my lips is like really, really light, so my lips are actually really, really light, but this gives me kind of like a natural looking lip, but of course giving a little like rosy kind of like blush mauve color on my lip, if that makes any sense. But yeah, so far I kind of like, well, I do like how this foundation looks. I feel like now that everything has come together, I did work with it, and the 120 for now is my color. I will say on the camera it looks pretty good, but in person I will say that I do see texture over here and kind of like bumps on my face, but you guys already know it is what it is. Also, I can definitely say that right off the bat, I do have some dryness underneath here, and if you have dry skin, just giving you guys a heads up, this will kind of like stick to your skin. These parts of my face are pretty normal, so it looks really good, and also it's like a little more oily here, so it looks pretty good. But on another note, it is about 11:08 right now, and I'm going to show you guys a close-up on how my face looks like. Then I will do a mid update, and then do a final check-in, and then tell you guys my overall thoughts of this foundation. Usually I don't really talk too much about the no filter setting powder and the, I guess you could say, press powder, or if you will. I always focus on the foundations, but I mean, I guess today I'm gonna see whether like if like my face creases or my under eye creases, and also like if my skin oxidizes. Like so far everything's looking good, but you know, it's been, I don't know how long, it hasn't been an hour, but you know, my face can oxidize throughout the day. However, I will say for today though, I will be carrying around this powder to use to kind of like see if this will be a good kind of like powder to carry around with, because I actually use like this separate one from Makeup Forever. It's the Makeup Forever Pro Finish, which is like my go-to press powder when I am out to blot and to just work around with my makeup if my makeup is not popping. But yeah, on another note, I'm going to show you guys a close-up of how my face looks like. So you guys, I almost forgot, but I am here for my very first check-in for this first foundation thoughts of the new Colourpop No Filter foundation. So as you can see, this is how my face looks like so far. As you can see, you do see the texture here on my cheek, and also here my eczema just not popping today. I do notice, sorry, I have some creasing under my eyes, but mainly I would say my eyes have been so dry, and as you can see, they look really baggy today because I am team no sleep, and last night I went to the Radio Disney Music Awards, and I also spent some time in Hollywood, so that's why my eyes are not looking cute. But as you can see, the foundation is pretty light on me, but I mean, I guess I could work with it. I'm just so tan, and I'm using the dark shade right now, but I feel like if I added some more bronzer, I can work with it. But in the meantime, so far, I'm liking how my cheeks are looking like. Look at that highlight. It's like bam, bam. Yeah, so far the foundation is working well. It's very light, it's really comfortable, and to be honest, it feels like I have nothing on my face even though I have tons of makeup on my face. But yeah, in the meantime, it's 11:33 as I mentioned, and I'm gonna go clean up, run some errands, and then show you guys a mid update on how my face is looking like. And also, I will mention that I will be carrying this out to blot with my face today, so hopefully this little guy can help me with my little oily parts of my face. So you guys, it is 4:30 right now, and I wanted to show you guys a mid update on how my face has been looking like so far. So this is how my face looks like. I look like a hot mess, to be honest, because I've been rubbing on my eye, but this is pretty much my face without me blotting or anything like that. I do notice I'm a little, well, I am shiny around my nose. There is separation on my chin. My cheeks seem to be okay, and my forehead seem to be okay. But I'm actually going to apply some of the pressed powder in a second. But I wanted to show you guys how my face looks like so far before I reapplied some of the powder. But I would definitely say if you are oily, this is just a heads up. Like, this might not be something for oily people. I feel like this foundation might be for someone that has more normal skin. I mean, it really looks good when it's first applied on, but I mean, this is, I want to say, what, like 5 hours of wear so far. But let me apply some powder and let me show you guys how my face looks like in a second. So you guys, I just went off camera for a second and now this is how my face looks like with the powder on. So it looks like it kind of fixed like some of the separation around my chin, and my nose is pretty much back to being matte. However, my under eyes, like I said, as I mentioned, I was rubbing under my eyes, so you can see, like, I don't know, it's like the bagginess and the cracks under my eyes. But yeah, so far this is the mid update, and then now I'm gonna probably take a nap and try to look for a Warped Tour ticket. Hopefully, I don't know, best of luck to me. But I will update you guys in my last check-in in a few hours. Hey guys, so I'm doing my last check-in. It is 8:40 right now, and I wanted to update you guys on the, I guess you could say, first foundation thoughts of the No Filter foundation, the loose powder, and the setting powder. So this is a close-up of my face. My forehead still looks fine. My nose is pretty oily. As I mentioned, I've been rubbing my eyes, which is why the makeup has kind of came off in the inner corners of my eyes. My cheeks still seem to be fine. The makeup and my chin has faded because I've literally been doing this because all I've been doing for the last few hours is literally looking for a Vans Warped Tour ticket, and I'm like literally like so frustrated, and I'm like literally telling myself I have until 11 o'clock, and if I can't find a ticket, it is what it is. But yeah, this is how my face looks like. And also, I forgot to mention after my last update that the powder actually oxidized just a little bit, which I was pretty shocked. It kind of made my skin a little more tanner. I know it looks very different because of the lighting of the bathroom, but really quick, I'm just gonna actually apply this powder one more time because I only technically powdered like once, so I want to see really quick if I can use this powder throughout the day to help fix my makeup. Okay, now I've actually re-powdered my face, and I have actually used a brush to apply the powder, and I feel like, to be honest, it just makes me look powdery. I mean, I don't completely hate it. I will say this is definitely more of a lighter coverage, more lighter than what I expected, but this probably is a powder that I personally wouldn't be using on the go because, one, the convenience of it not having like kind of like an applicator, and second, this is more of a lighter coverage for me. The Makeup Forever Pro Finish that I have is more fuller, and as you can see here, I mean, it did like kind of like cover like whatever makeup has been taken off, but you can still see the marks of like where I kind of scratched my eye and also where the makeup has come off. So yeah, like, I mean, it's an okay powder, but I definitely say this is more of a lighter coverage, more than what I would use. But if you're looking for something almost as translucent with a hint of color, this is something I would recommend. Also, as for the under eye, I mean, honestly, I can't really tell. I do like the fact that it definitely is a brightening loose powder, but since I'm having so many issues with under my eyes right now just being really dry, and the fact that I forgot to mention that I actually kind of have eczema on the top of my lid and over here, so it doesn't really help. But I will definitely try the loose powder again. I did like the consistency of it. I did like the fact that it really brightened under my eyes, but I feel like because right now I'm having so many eye issues, it's hard to tell, but I feel like it did stay well in this part, so I like it. I mean, I'll give it a go again. As for the foundation, to be honest, I thought it was a really pretty foundation. I loved it. Well, maybe not necessarily love, but I really liked it when I first tried it. However, I noticed throughout the day it didn't really stay as I hoped. Maybe because, one, it was a more watery consistency, and usually I would say because I use a lot of full coverage foundations. They are more thicker in consistency, which kind of stays more on my face. I did like the fact that it was very skin-like. However, I don't know, I'll try it again, but so far I'm kind of like on the fence on how much I like it. Like, I don't completely hate it, but also I am considering that based on what they kind of claim, it's supposed to be like a natural matte foundation. I wouldn't necessarily call it matte. I would say more of a semi-matte foundation when you first apply it, but I wouldn't say it's completely matte at all. It definitely does look more natural, like more of a natural skin color or skin complexion. But this, for now, isn't a foundation I would personally use if I'm going out. This would be a foundation I would use more if I'm just running errands and I just want to have an even skin color or skin type or whatever. Sorry, I'm so exhausted right now. But overall, as for the foundation, I feel like this is geared more towards people that have more normal skin. I probably wouldn't suggest it to anyone that's oily because, as you can see, my nose oils up, and if you guys watch any of my first foundation thoughts video, my nose is probably the one thing that oils up the most. And I don't know, I feel like it's not good for oily skin. Also, for anyone that's dry, as you can see here, it definitely picks up the texture. But I don't know, I'm definitely gonna work on it to see, maybe it might be the I guess you could say primer I use, but then again, I prefer to use a primer that I use regularly to really see if it works, because the primer that I use is the primer I use for every first foundation thoughts video I review. But yeah, so far I would say that this foundation is more geared towards people with normal skin. I'll definitely work with it again. I do gotta give props to Colourpop though for having 40 shades. But yeah, this is how my face looks like now after blotting it for 2 times in the day. What's that?